Hello and welcome back to part 30 of our Mechanicus hard campaign playthrough. We're set to continue our Tiresias tribulations as we quickly speedrun all of his missions. Again, we're not particularly interested in any of these. I might check what the scanner does, but as we've seen from our playthrough, cognition is no longer that hard to come by. Once we got the cognition mechadendrites, just having that fill the bar, as well as Lex mechanics that can just fill the bar themselves, it became pretty easy to source the resource. And then the Xenorite Mechadendrite, all the other Mechadendrites compete with the Cognition Mechadendrites for the slots, and the Cognition Mechadendrites win. I don't understand why you would ever use anything else. Now, I made a slight error in the last part. The plan was to use one good old Skitarii Vanguard, but then for these slots we can use one Cataphron Battle Servitor and one Castellan Robot. So I can look at the field and gauge whether or not I'd want energy damage or physical damage, and then spawn one in accordingly. And all the damage output here is okay. Skitarii stationed in the Tomb of Ubarjo are reporting that that Lord's rantings are being transmitted from somewhere inside the structure. What we can translate suggests he is quite insane. Ubarjo is suffering from a version of the disease that created the Flayed Ones. Observation prompts curiosity, but not enough in itself to bring you to the command throne. Perceptive as always, Magos, it occurs to me that if we were to obtain a complete version of Ubarjo's fragmented transmissions, they could help me translate some of the more obscure hieroglyphics among the Tesseract Vault's inscriptions. Your work on these inscriptions has proven illuminating thus far. Your request shall be considered, Xenobiologist. Have they been... I haven't seen any results from them. To get a clean version of the transmission, you'll need to find the source and plant a relay skull on it. We can narrow down the approximate location, but it's still a wide area to search. We are looking for a Necron cogitator-like device. Once we find it, it's a simple matter of attaching the relay skull. Not quite so simple is getting there, which will involve a lot of flayed ones if the Skitarii reports from inside are accurate. Whittling down the flayed ones is an end in itself. If we can further our understanding of Necron history at the same time, the opportunity is worth the risks. Very well, Magos, but I don't envy anyone who has to go in there. Oh, it's just flayed ones, relax. Okay, well, the extra mission is hiding there, so I guess I'll push straight through to it and wrap back around to go touch that. You're dead. Why is this corpse speaking to me? You know, more than usual with Necrons. Through the local news sphere, a distant but powerful voice invades the cohort's consciousness, demanding the answer to the same question over and over. Defiance, reply to this claim for the Imperium of Man. Reply to uncover the secrets of the Necrons. Offer no reply and purge this invasion of Xenos contact with prayer. Yep, that one. Don't engage with the extra corpse-like Necron. Just ignore him. A vociferous prayer session drowns out the questioning voice, and through the 980 words of certainty in the face of doubt, the cohort's resolve to punish the origin of these profane transmission is reinforced. We'll just disregard that, shall we? Oh, foul. Think of Gathalamorian 71.6 Magos. By flame shall the unclean be made clean. By fire shall the unholy be made holy. A bizarre sight greets the cohort. A human corpse stripped of most of its skin, shambling forward and spouting snatches of Ubarjo's data rant. Pummel. Dismember the thing up close is the only way to be sure. Probe. This thing might serve as a source of the transmission. Probe whatever lies inside its skull. Purge Videx's right. Burn the abomination. It won't be probed, so it's either pummel or burn. It's not a Videx mission, so I just go with a good old-fashioned hit it until it stops moving option. Okay. Not great. One of the cohort imbued with righteous anger strides forth to dismember the abomination. It spews noxious gore over the trooper before it can be subdued and torn apart. It turns out to be a form of spindly construct clothed in flesh, perhaps related to the flayed ones. That sounds more like it's meant to be a you took damage response rather than awakening level, but fine, I'll take your word for it, game. And I'll destroy these. A couple heavily armoured targets at the back and a flayed one in front. We go first such that we can easily disregard that, so we'll just do so. Leonardus. Yeah, let's go one hit kill this poor flayed one. Sadly, I can't do this one in one turn. I'm forced to play at least two. But with two terminals, that's -4, which gets us to what? There, and there. And you get either -3 or -4 from beating one of these extra battles. So -3 is 1, 2, 3, and 4 is 0. I'll add 1 because it takes at least 2 turns to beat this, so it will be either there or there, and that's perfectly reasonable. We do how much damage? 6 to 8, which is decent, but I don't think it necessarily guarantees the kill. Yeah, it's got 7 HP, so I'll use one of these now. And then save the other one for when I hop over. And as there is an extra turn, I'll go ahead and save that as well. Scanning one of these is probably more important than collecting 1 CP. It's annoying that death mark goes. I might use Leonardus to run forward and fire a laser beam through here to instant kill this. So let's see its stats. No, the laser will guarantee to kill that because of the amount of damage I do. So let's see this one's stats. Good, it's vulnerable to energy attack, so it's a good use of the laser there. Here we go, as planned. Obviously with our great range we can get there. .23, I can even hit the one at the back. I would assume, maybe I have to step one over. Not eating CP for no reason. Why can't I hit him? There you go, I can hit both of them. Right, let's stack all the buffs. Energy, I think I want pure damage. Truth be told, I don't think it makes any difference at all, but never mind. I may as well take CP from here. I'm going to use all these Sanctus canisters. I need 2. I do need a lot of extra damage to make sure he goes down, because they are quite tough. I may as well use all the bells and whistles on this one. .222, I think that's more than enough now. We're doing what, 20? Yeah, it's got 2 armor, so 20 damage it saves max. I've got it. Over there. Use this as well. There you go. The whole kit and caboodle. So an extremely dead death mark, and then more importantly the Lich Guard at the back gets it as well. Beep. Down, down. Can't get any CP back. I could scan something. Scan him. And this, so we got lucky there. Because this one's vulnerable to physical attacks, I can use Jeremiah next turn to finish it. And now just stack everyone here because there's nothing to be concerned with on this side of the map. What I should have done to be a bit smarter is taken the CP first and moved back. I guess I could do it anyway. I'm going to use one of these now. On who? Probably this one. Then when I fire the flamethrower, it'll do a lot of damage instantly. I could shoot this and see if I can kill it for free. Yeah, with cognition freedom, probably. 7 to 9, ignoring any form of armor. Don't know what I could scan it, see what stats it's got. 1 physical armor, okay. So I won't kill it immediately, but I can do good damage, then easily pick it off later. 11. Take it. Yes, I take 1 and then heal. Back there. Step forward, Tauth. This way. Would have theoretically been faster just to fill the gauge, but if you're playing an extra turn, you might as well save it. Can I pistol him to finish him off? Yes, but maybe later. I don't particularly need to bother with this, but whatever. Use one of those. Why? Jeremiah will go first, at which point I guess I can cancel physical damage, so when I shoot the flamethrower through this, he'll die instantly. And then bless him as well. Not going to bother reinforcing or use troops, it's a redundancy at this point. Bye, Necron warrior. Okay, I need to make a decision now. How much faith do we have that after I scan both of these, it will allow me, it will then direct me to kill all enemy Necrons? Or do you think once I scan them, the battle will instantly end? If it's the former, I can scan and destroy both of them and then kill all the Necrons and get all the Blackstone. If it's the latter, if I scan both, I lose all of the negative awakening level instantly, which is terrible. So I need to hit both of them. So I think the smart thing to do is scan and destroy the first one, then just destroy the second. Give up the Blackstone in the terminal, because I can't... The negative awakening level is worth more than the single terminal worth of Blackstone. So let's step forward and barbecue this one. I may as well kill these as well before I do that, because then at least I get the Blackstone from the living targets. 16 to 19 is not enough, but this does more damage. Let's go axe him. That'll do. A little quest. 101. It's a shame. It's quite a bit of Blackstone, but I can't do anything about that. Oh, it only does 3 to 5 damage. Oops. Yeah, that was a bit silly of me. Should have used that. I couldn't even use him to destroy the last one if I wanted. -2. Turn finished. Oh, I didn't check. Okay. Yeah, it's now range 12 on the flamethrowers. Very nice. I need to have a better look at the actual genuine range in a second. On damage, I'll fix that with Maris in a moment. That's a bit mean. Sure. Gone. Okay, I blasted straight through our ally. Paying a huge amount of attention. Wait, please. Mechanicus goes, and if you can just kindly heal everyone for me, that would be great. I want to use Mechanicus to handle this because if he attacks, he then takes damage and he enters the next battle already injured, so we'll let someone else finish it. South is a perfectly valid contender. He also fills the gauge for me, which is appreciated. So because I've destroyed... Now that I've decided to knock down all the Necrons, if I scanned it, it would definitely end, and I wouldn't have the opportunity to get the negative awakening level. So I'll just make do with losing the Blackstone. You have the... Yeah, he has range as well. So as you can see, I think the longer range you get a weapon like this, the wider it gets at the end. So he actually has really good effectiveness. Yeah, it used to be pretty tiny. Now, like, you can do a massive amount of AoE damage were you so inclined. It didn't come up and say kill all Necrons, so I think we guessed that correctly. -4, that's nice. Yep, we're down to 1 pip. Makes this perfectly reasonable. Okay, head back. If I stopped at a point, it raises it to there. And then what, I go in and it raises up to 1. And then as long as there's 1 terminal in there, I'm okay. The thing is, I have to compare that against the other potential outcomes, which are what? You might get a bit of Blackstone, you might get CP, we don't care. Maybe some equipment, but it won't be any really good stuff. I don't really think there's anything I could get from the events that justifies potentially increasing the awakening level. So no, we'll just go through this as efficiently as possible. Well, I think we did a decent job. We have murdered you. The fragmented transmission breaks through the cohort's comms net. The distorted voice speaks in the cohort's own language as if automatically adapting to the listener. Respond. Attempt to engage the voice in dialogue. Reject. Reset the cohort's internal augmetics to purge the invasive transmission. Record the voice and transmit it to the Caestus Metalican. I think we record. The whole point of these Teresa's missions is to learn dialogue stuff, so yeah, let's give him some linguistic meat to chew on. Fascinating. The transmission is as adaptive as a data virus, yet it seeks not to replicate itself, but to be understood. There is a desperation to Ubarjo's madness. Mindful of their mission, the cohort relays the transmission to secure cogitators on the Caestus Metalican, where they can be properly studied. Yeah, sometimes those options work, sometimes you just get... And then, oh, there's another point. Good to know. I've never seen that before. Unless I'm completely blind and didn't fail to notice that there was an objective there the whole time. Or what was I looking at it like this? I just didn't look down. Did it as efficiently as possible, so I'm fine with it. I definitely shouldn't go for an extra point. Just escape, alright. You say that, but I'm pretty sure we can kill them all. Is there there is a terminal there, and another one there. Great, okay. And another one over there. I've got -6 to play with, so I can actually spend a couple turns here making sure I kill everything in the field and get all my wonderful PCs. You go first, and I guess you can just kill all of those for me. Where am I at? That flayed one, then that lich guard, and that flayed one. It's all just flayed ones and lich guards. All melee. There's occasional Necron warriors littered in, but it's pretty much melee all the time. That's not exactly difficult for us to deal with. Leonardus, Venarius, and the other two. Coriochus, Tauth. Do I want to put down one of the vanguards? I guess he could run over here and be close enough to shoot and help with things. Alright, yeah, I can go this way, no problem. Let's just touch them first to see what their stats are. We're sincerely hoping he's not physical armor, of course. He is, brilliant. This is going to take a while. In that case, I might just leave this to... I have Leonardus walk over here, line them up. If I can get him, if I have Leonardus come this way, fire a laser beam like that, he could probably hit all of them. He might miss a flayed one. But the laser will go there, there. No, there's no way you can hit all of them, I'm afraid. In that case, if I just have you kill this flayed one. Then Leonardus can kill those for me. Where would I use your damage output? Is there anything else bunched up? Not really. They're all kind of separated. Maybe a flamethrower can hit all of those. I need to use one flamethrower to get through this anyway. Look at the preposterous range on this. That's not bad at all. Could shoot through there and hit that behind. Funny. There's no other way to get any other damage output. Well, at that range, that might give me more options to catch multiple targets. For now, we can take it slow. I got it. We're the target of all the silly flayed ones now, we know. So I'd like to hit these. Take out one of these. Obviously I can hit them all. If I stand correctly, I might be able to get all 3 of them in a single round. Wait. And then step back here. Now how do I angle this? That works. I need to be further back to rely on the greater arc at the end and then back again. There we are. I can hit all of them. No problem. Yeah, the synergy of extra range and AoE template weapons proving pretty strong. I could walk forward and grab all the CP. But why? Well, I might as well just get away from the enemy. Means the flayed ones can't catch me and be a nuisance. Full CP for everyone else. I'll stay out of the zone because I don't want the round to end. I might as well scan something. One of those. They're quick, but they're not that quick. You want to run this way and get rid of those as planned. You think I can stand there and laser beam, or do I have to go the long way? I think I have to go the long way. It's not exactly the end of the world, is it? Oh. There we go. Right, start stacking damage buffs. Don't need that many. So not quite enough yet, so we'll bless. That will synergize with everyone else. Better than using a Sanctus canister and just ourselves. Then here, yeah, he's down and he's down. Make it more CP efficient. Zap! Well fought. And then just inch over here to grab their CP. In fact, why not just do this? And we're full again. Should I have you start running this way? Yes, because I need to get you over here regardless. Fire a flamethrower, all that, just get rid of them. I mean, look at the hilarious range that has. Yeah, 13 with his extra range modifiers. Right, what have I got left to fight? There's a turret. A couple of you. You were energy damage susceptible, so that would be a good option. So I could fire both of these and actually do pretty good combined damage. Bonarius might get a kill on one of these. I'll buff ourselves. Well, I can see us really. We're the one in front, I think. Was that us? Can't tell if I buffed me or someone else. Oh well. Well, that was us. Okay, let's cognition freedom. Do everything I can. I guess I could use the regular canticles. Yeah, what am I saving them for? Almost there. I can't guarantee it, sadly. No way to stack any extra damage, so... Would that do it? 17 to 19. 17, 19. They are somehow identical because of the 2 armor. There you go. It does 2 extra damage to Volkite Blaster, but he has the correct armor to disregard it. Fine, you got me. Oh, he's going to walk forward and hit me. I forgot about that. heal myself to full. Well, they hit harder than I remember. That doesn't actually guarantee the kill. Step backwards. That one will, though. How much damage we take here is of no consequence. I intend to heal to full anyway. Continue to eke ourselves. Could I drop a flayed one with one of these? 6 to 8. I think they've got 7 HP, sadly, so not quite. I can't use you to defeat that, so... Can I claw? Oh, you can claw yourself. That's good to know. I'll just save the full heal in case I need it for someone further away. Perfectly reasonable, isn't it? Why wouldn't you be able to heal yourself? Then shall I just go extract all the CP from this? If it tries to move and attack someone else, it gets attack of opportunity for free. I was really hoping he would be energy armor based, because Tauth is going to run up here to fight him. Vanguard, can I shoot that flayed one and just ignore it? I know I set up the attack of opportunity, but I somehow don't think it's going to matter. Problem solved. Big fella. Why you keep showing me these? They're not relevant. Tauth. So you can run up here. Maybe if I used physical damage, I might be able to force my way through the armor and get the kill. It's a bit excessive though. I pop both of those. I do 8 to 10 plus 6. So I'm doing what? 14 to 16 plus 9. So 23 to 25. Then it has 7 armor. So I drop by 7. So it's 16 to 18. And it's got... Yeah, it's tough enough that it'll tank it. So I'd have to shoot at least twice, and then I won't benefit from stack damage the second time. What I can do is shoot it with a flamethrower from range, get it to come in closer twice, and then by the time it arrives, I'll then be able to swing an axe at it and kill it. It'll tell me I'm already in range with that. But I may as well start working it down. This can hurt it, even through its annoying armor. Comes. Yeah, I can do that again. I might as well step back once to make sure it doesn't catch me. I've lost Bless, so less damage, but stacked between the axe and the next hit, I think it's good enough. Now we step forward and take the last swing. Oh, all that fancy physical armor is not going to help you now. See, with shields, you're meant to block attacks with them. That's how they work. How do you deal with this one for me? And I don't have to hang around to destroy it. I might as well just leave. That being said, I'm going to be forced to play a second turn regardless, so just stand here. I'll walk you around in a second. Oriokus, you don't have to do anything. So much for using any of those troops. These are missions that could very easily be cleared with 3 tech priests, maybe 2 at a push. Oh, you're still alive. That's adorable. That hits me, so let's just bless us, everyone. Still an enemy left. How about that? Eight to 10 is guaranteed enough to drop a flayed one. All done. Onto the end zone now. annoying that it doesn't let me move like 3 or 4 steps. You get your standard move and then 1 CP move, and it won't game out any extra length for you. You run over here. Everyone's full HP, so I don't have to worry about you going at the end. None of these are getting back up. I'm sorry, Vanguard, you can't make it. Biggest nuisance of the Necrons now is wasting timers between turns. Get rid of that. If I run out of CP trying to run him over, I can just use the little gauge, but it won't be necessary. Even the attack on the point was unnecessary. I just like it for completion purposes. Oh, we have to kill them all. Oh, however will we cope? I just can't stand it, Mechanicus, please. The game's so hard. Mission complete. The cohort attaches a relay skull to an ancient gore-encrusted cogitator, and they confirm as the source of the Lord Ubarjo's strange ranting transmissions. The arcane device relays the content of the transmissions directly to Teresus on the Caestus Metalican. You're listening to Ubarjo's ranting in your earphones. That's not necessarily a great move. This is perfect, Magos. Though the content is troubling, the obscure references and linguistic forms are already solving some of the most difficult problems the Tesseract's translations have posed. Fascinating that Ubarjo's very madness gives his words the qualities needed to complete your translation. The Omnisire shows knowledge is found often by the crooked path. Oh, the translation is far from complete, but I feel I've got further than any other Magos would, thanks to the linguistic samples that the Tomb of Silver Tenebris have provided. My emotional cores return significant curiosity about the history of the Necrons, the rise of the Necron tier, and their war with the Old Ones, truly monumentous events that have hitherto been hidden from us. And there is so much more for us to know, Magos, so much more. Necron tier and Old Ones, yeah, that's irradiated desert people versus space frogs. Greatest war existence has ever known. I would like to personally thank the Lich Guard for contributing to our Blackstone numbers. Neat. Right, 948. I don't really want or need to level anything anymore. These guys are effectively done. Just hoard the Blackstone. What I will do is check the scanner. There is a class, as I recall, that has the... Yeah, so the Lex mechanics have scanners of -1 cooldown. What do they actually function as? Extract 2 cognition directly from a target. It's basically like a long distance mechadendrite. So it's a scanner. What slot does it take? One of these? Yeah, it would take one of those. So is that better or worse than more damage? I mean, frankly, given the sheer amount of CP we're extracting, that's not great. The cooldown is usually 3 turns. We're reducing it to 2. So once every 2 turns I can get 2 CP. It's exactly synonymous with a cognition mechadendrite. I guess that could mean you could use that and then replace this with something, but none of the mechadendrites are really worth replacing it with. I've tried the Infestus ones, they're not great. Healing, I don't need healing. Acid, no, I'd rather do instant damage than a little bit of tickle damage as the turns pass. No, there's no better mechadendrite, so I don't see why you would bother. I'll just take the damage output. What I don't have is tier 3 power fields. I have tier 3 of the energy one. 1, 2, 3, but then we've got 1, 2. There's a third tier of that waiting somewhere. Otherwise, no, I don't see any reason to swap out. We're good as we are. Is there anything I can do about the silly... Just thinking that the Traveller perk that I accidentally picked up on Jeremiah, that doesn't really do anything for us. 5 to 7. Still 5 to 7, so that won't tell me in advance, but it only kicks in if you have no ranged weapons, which is awful because that means you only get a single attack, which no matter how you try and build this won't be worth it. You might as well just put the ranged weapons back on. So I don't... The Dominus one makes sense because you get 2 guns and you're just giving up the axe, and the gun increase and all the armor and movement and crit chance justifies the loss of 1 attack. But having only a single one that, yes, would be potent and gives you a lot of durability and versatility, just, it isn't justifiable. Yeah, I don't see how you get around the fact that this is the better option. Surely there's a in-between tier flamer, because I go from 2 CP to 4 CP. I guess that's all we get, because that's 1 augment slot and that's 2 augment slots, so there's nothing between the 2. No, okay, we're stuck here. Everyone else is fine. What's Monaris going to do at that point? Upgrade the Sanctus Canister when we inevitably get that, or Mechadendrites? No, okay, I don't need to do anything here, we're done. Right, is there anything interesting here? There's a 3rd tier of Xeno Axe, does 4 to 6 damage. Refractor fields I don't use because why would you make yourself able to tank damage when you could just kill everything as fast as possible? 4 to 6, what is that like compared to ours? Tier 2 axes are 4 to 6, tier 3 axes are 5 to 7. Okay, so they're giving up a point of min and max damage for the same CP cost, the same slot cost, the same machine spirit destroying armor. It's purely giving it up to inflict 1 acid damage that kicks in over 3 turns. So after 1 turn, it's the same, and then after 2 and 3 turns, that technically does more. The issue with it is the way the game is designed. You would much rather just kill the thing you're attacking immediately. Using dot attacks or damage over time that apply after an enemy is already moved intrinsically requires that you allow the enemy to have a turn, which is worse. You would rather just kill them. So no, I'd much rather just the higher damage axe and kill things as fast as possible. But I think we can leave that for next time. Right. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If so, please do consider liking and subscribing. It does help out the channel. I do really appreciate it. Thank you very much for all the support thus far. I do take the time to stop and read all the comments. So if there's anything you want to know, any builds you want to see, or other 40k games that interest you, by all means, do let me know. I'll take it on board. Or if you just want to chat with me and others down there, that's great too. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.